Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're ready for Gundam Seed episode 25. It's getting pretty crazy. You know, there's some more stuff going on. I watched the opening reactions too, so you know, we're gonna see what happens. See how crazy this gets. But I know people have said that stuff is gonna start getting really interesting, like around this time period or around this episode. So I'm thinking this is the one where stuff starts to get a little intense. I know the New Year's already started, but my resolution for you guys on YouTube is to finish Gundam Seed. That's kind of the goal this year. I want to finish it completely. I want to do Seed, I want to do Destiny, and get the movie by the end of this year. So I know it might not work with every couple weeks, but hopefully I'll have some time to do double episodes or go back to once a week. We'll see what happens. Can't promise anything, but you know, if you guys want to see that happen, I'd really appreciate you guys' support. It would help a lot. And make sure to go check on the Patreon. That will definitely help. All this stuff is uncut on there. We're also doing other series as well, like Dan to Dan and Cyberpunk Edge Runners. But anyways, without further ado, let's just jump right in the episode. Oh dang. Who is this? How am I supposed to recognize who these are from this horrible freaking photo? Yeah. Oh, what if Orb wants to get in on the action, and then they kind of start a third faction, because then also they're talking about the pilot, depends, but obviously they want coordinators, but they don't want actual coordinators. They probably want manufactured coordinators. So they're going to use they're going to make pills or whatever, make people into coordinators, or take adults, make them into coordinators to be their pilots or something like that. I don't know. Oh, this is the past. I was like, what? Why do we... I hate when they do this. They just replay a freaking old scene and then they just put voice over it to make it oh, this is interesting. Oh yeah, what they overlook. Oh no. So it is superior in other aspects. You just have to change everything, huh? Damn, dude, we're already at the halfway point. Nothing's happened. This has just been a recap. I mean, yeah. Regardless, even if Kira wasn't there, right, and say their leadership was really great, the Archangel was there, and they still wouldn't survive against the Zaf forces that have the Gundams. If they had the Gundams, then they'd be screwed, because the Gundams are already proven to just decimate everything. None of the Earth Federation forces could have stopped them. The Archangel's a superior ship, yeah, but they almost died so many times just fighting. I mean, even if they were great at battle, the Gundams just proved to be superior. I mean, she literally already said it herself. So I'm their leadership and whatnot can definitely be improved, and they probably fare better against them, but they would still not win, I don't think. It's unfair to say that that they're part of the problem against winning or almost losing against Zaf, because I'm no, nobody would win against the Gundams, if Zaf kept fighting with them. It also raises a question though, why is Zaf... I get not wanting to start a war because it's unnecessary and you're going to lose resources and stuff, and obviously there's only 4 Gundams that they have, so they can't be everywhere fighting every single war, or every battle I should say. So wouldn't want to unnecessarily start a war with Orb, but at the same time I'm just those Gundams could just fucking wreck everything, dude. They already showed that they could just take on a whole freaking fleet. If Kira wasn't there, then they, would win for sure. But, Kira's got one of the Gundams, so there's something there. 一度 Oh my god. So they know about seed though. Seed mode. Oh, there are more. She got punched. They got a lot. Yeah. No, it's just not how politics work. Like, you can't be like, oh yeah, let me just sit back and, not intervene, like, and watch something happen. Like, you're gonna have your own opinions on stuff all the time. I mean, I get her sentiment, and I understand, like, if you're raised that way, and then been like, oh, we are supporting. Dang, they call her a fool straight to her face. Also, it is wild to be like, oh, let's just show this kid Kira all of our secrets too. Who are these pilots? Have we seen them in the openings or something? Oh, okay, yeah, no. Dang, look at that. It's already over. Literally like 3-4 minutes of actual stuff at the end here. Be like, okay, cool. Alright, YouTube, that was it for this episode. I know that wasn't a lot. It was just recapping like most of the whole episode, which is disappointing because I was actually getting excited. But you know what? That's okay, because we're probably going to do a double episode. So here you go. Let's check it out. Alright, new content. I think it's crazy. You guys, I cut it out for you guys on YouTube, but they literally recapped for the first 3 minutes and had the opening. Like, what the heck? There's only so much that you can just reuse footage for, It gets 2 episodes back to back. Come on. I saw that the next episode is called A Turning Point. Or The Turning Point. So, that one's probably going to be really exciting. Wait, what? Why? I mean, it's kind of nice, but like the security risk for it is just way too high. I would not allow them to see their families. What? So that guy like probably knows his parents or something like that, right? Probably be like, oh, Kira is a test tube baby that we put the seed in. They thought he died or something, but they're like, oh no, he's actually successful and he's still alive. Shouldn't be in military uniform, yet you choose to wear that. Your fashion sense sucks, Kira. You look gross. Well, yeah, but you can't save everybody, Kira. One scene whenever I think about that, like, this whole, like, weight of, like, I have to save everybody because I'm, like, the hero, the one responsible. It's like, no. It is Spider-Man, PS4. Dude, such a great game. And the story is amazing. But I remember, like, in that scene where he fights, if you haven't seen it, you need to go play it or go watch a playthrough of it, because the story, just watch the story clips alone, it's just amazing. But gameplay, dude, so good. It's so much fun. I've played that game several times, and 100%ed it several times. Spoiler alert for it. He's fighting, the last villain. I'm going to not say who it is, but, and basically, he's like, come on, Peter, like, he's like, you let people die and or whatnot. He's like kind of trying to get in his head and take down his confidence, but Peter's like, I can't save everyone. Like, he knows that he can't save everyone, but he doesn't blame himself for that, and that takes a lot of like confidence and, well, not necessarily confidence, but part of it is that, like, you have to come to terms with a lot of that stuff, and that takes a lot of maturity to get to a point to where you're, especially imagining that you in that type of scenario, you know, like, a survivor guilt is like a huge thing, right? You shouldn't feel bad for those things, like the things that you can't achieve or that you didn't achieve. That's not, you know, there's nothing wrong with failing, and sometimes you have to be okay with that. Be like, I'm not saying it's wrong not to feel bad after something like that, but you can't guilt yourself and feel sorry for yourself over something, you know, like that, because Kira did not save some people, but that's not his fault. He tried his best and he was trying to fight, you know, and it's just the reality of the world. We can't save everyone. People die. It's just part of life. And, you know, coming to terms with death is really hard for society for some reason. I don't understand, because, you know, like, death is just a natural part of life, and that's it. Like, people die. It's okay. It's okay for people to die. Like, we don't want them to die in a, you know, a bad way, like getting murdered or suffering from cancer or something like that, you know. We'd prefer everyone to fall, like, you know, grow old, die in their sleep or whatever, which would be nice. But yeah, it's unfortunate, you know, but I mean, it is part of the cycle. We live and we die, and you can't save everyone. You try your best. That's all you can do, right? But anyways, I think of that Spider-Man scene every time I think of a character, like, going through that or thinking that, because it's true. It's like, I mean, it's just so powerful that he was, like, so confident to be like, I can't save everyone, and he kept fighting for it, talking about the game. And I'm sure Kira might get to that point eventually, maybe, I don't know, but it'd be good character development for him to get there. It's so hard to blame a nation for something, right? Like, there's only so many things you could do, because we could be like, you know, talk about, I mean, this is a very good example of, like, kind of parallels our real world, like, with America and the Middle East, right? You know, people criticize, like, oh, you know, well, one, why are we there? But then also, like, do we just leave those people to their own devices? But even if we do go intervene, it's like, you know, what can we do? We tried to help many times, and we see what that got us. And I feel like Orb is in this kind of similar situation where it's like, well, I mean, the plants do their things. If we intervene, we could try to help these people, but then what state do we actually leave them in? Is it worth it, you know, to help them? Like, I think it's worth it to help anyone, right? But it's also just like, you have to think from a nation's perspective, because if you go fight a war, that's taking risk. You're sending lives of people, like, you know, people that belong to these families that she's talking about, you know, going through the same things. But now you're sending those types of people to their deaths. Because anytime you start a war, people are gonna die. People on your own side, you're gonna lose human lives for your cause. You know, so is that worth it? Like, taking these people away from their families to go fight in another country and die on their soil instead of living out their lives normally here and just protecting our own? You know, that's a tough decision to make, right? And like, I see both points of, like, what Coggley's saying. Like, yeah, it'd be cool, but again, is, you know, like, Orb in this case supposed to be the protector of the world? Is, you know, like, this argument can be made about the U.S. I see a little bit of parallels. It's kind of interesting, but, like, you know, the U.S. is a superpower. Are we, as a nation, supposed to be the protector of the world? Like, kind of intervene in all these parts and protect freedom? Because then freedom, right, freedom is subjective depending on how you want it and, like, in what ways, right? Because then it's like, oh, it's a fight, you know, because we're very capitalistic, you know, in nature, and we're more capitalist socialists, but you know, then it's like, oh, well, do we have them freedom to become communists? Oh no, wait, we don't like that though. So it's like, it starts getting really convoluted. It's like, well, what is all these concepts? Like, what are you fighting for? Like, you want them to be free, but how do you want them to be free? Because that's also going to change how we fight. Because we're not going to go over there and be like, you know, go liberate freaking Russia or whatever from something. Be like, oh yeah, let's let them be free. No, we don't. You know, so it is an interesting case that she's saying, and it's a tough spot because, yeah, like, Orb is trying to be on their good side, right, of the plants and of the Earth Federation forces, but they're both doing, like, these horrible things to these nations. I mean, it's just gonna happen. Like, you know, there's unfortunately just gonna there's always gonna be there's always gonna be lower class, there's always gonna be poor, and it's not just people, it's gonna be nations, towns, whole, you know, places, societies and whatnot. It's just gonna happen. And then they tell the parents, like, alright, if you talk about any of this, we have to murder you. That's wild. I was about to say, I'm like, are those his parents? Because I'm like, we're showing, you know, we're showing parents. They do need to. The children met. What does that even mean? I don't know. There's too much mystery, and I do like this. This is very okay. Now it's getting juicy. Give me more. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting 25 freaking episodes for this. Okay, heavy set music. Come on, some. Oh, Flay, your ugly side's coming out again. Okay, good. What? This is so sad, because, like, Flay is, like, one of the, you know, just, like, a bad person sometimes. Like, I don't know, she's come around a little bit, but she has some of the best, like, scenes. Some of the best, like, voice acting in this. It's just, you feel it, and it's raw, and, like, even though she acts out as crazy, but, like, it's good. Like, I don't know why, it draws me into it, and it's just wild to think, like, she's not even, like, that. I mean, she's had some influences, but she's not Kira. Jesus Christ. I had my phone flashlight on just for the lighting, but it fell. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's crazy, because, like, I don't get this. There are small moments where Kira does it, but it's like, Flay has so many of these moments. And they do well with animating her, too, and her emotions. Because I can tell she's sad. Except for, well, I guess that was the remastered stuff. But it's actually really well done, remastered. This is good. I like this. That's right. Tell him that he needs to stop freaking feeling so sorry for himself, because everyone else goes through problems. Kira's such a... Oh. They all are all naive, but Kira especially, right? Like, it's sometimes... Oh, it's annoying. But yeah, he needs to hear this, being like, Kira, shut up. Like, I'm sorry that you're going through a tough time. Everyone is. Like, that doesn't, like... We should still value, like, and be like, yeah, you know, you're going through a tough time. But... Other people go through tough times, and just because we're going through different stuff, even if they don't compare, like, say someone loses a family member, right? But then the other one's just having financial problems. But, you know, some bad, like, you know, some kind of hardship, right? Those aren't comparable, but it doesn't diminish either one's, you know, either one's, like, hard times that they're going through, right? They both should be valued, and we should both, like, try to help them out and whatnot, or help both of them out. It doesn't matter. And this is what, like, I kind of Flay saying, is like, hey, you know, you want everyone to feel sorry for you, but, you know, we're all going through it too. This is kind of weird, because I don't want them to end up together, but it's kind of a touching moment. Whoa, 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 what the Kira, are you, what? You're just gonna break? Oh wait, that is not the direction I thought that was going to go in. Oh my god, Kira, what? This is not the time to break up with her. Man, he is such a piece of shit. Dude, Kira is a horrible guy. He is not a good person sometimes. He's so self-centered and selfish. And the girl that, like, you know, he supposedly had a crush on, as, you know, is opening up to him emotionally. And he's like, I don't like this. Let's put an end to it. Sorry, this was a mistake. Yeah, what the heck, Kira? She literally was calling you out and point out your freaking own flaw, and then he was like, nah, let's break up. Damn, Flay. I feel bad for her. What? Are they related? Is Cogly and him related? Oh, God. I mean, you should probably tell them if they're siblings so they don't just end up fucking. I'm just gonna be honest, like, I don't want a Luke and Leia situation again, okay? In Gundam. Gets a little weird. I mean, I get it, they don't know, but they were already blushing at each other, you know. Kira, why are you helping them? This is gonna backfire so bad. I find it funny that this episode is about Kira, or it's called Kira, but we're not really learning anything about Kira. She's kind of cute though. Okay, I have a theory. I've been dropping a lot of theories lately. I don't think I mentioned this, but I think it's time. Is that I think, right, those pills that Croissant was taking, I'm thinking that Croissant, right, he's got to be like genetically linked to George Glenn. So that one's the more realistic part. Now here's my far-fetched stuff. You ready for crazy conspiracy? Because he's blonde, right? And he's got blue eyes. That our pilot here may also be genetically related. Because they have a link with each other, Croissant and him. And maybe it's because they're genetically tied to the same person. Like they're both like clones or something of George Glenn. But for some reason, like Croissant isn't. They're both naturals, but Croissant decided to take the pills and whatnot, and I'm guessing he's such a good pilot because of like they're gonna link it to the genetic superiority of George Glenn or something, and then watch, he's gonna get into Gundam, he's gonna be really good. Anyways, that's my thing. They're both test tube babies that they're related to each other, or something like that. They're twins or some. I am very much still on the part of like him and freaking Croissant are related. They're like brothers or something. They have to be. The bird's gonna come out and he's gonna be like, oh, I know that they're here. Oh, he's gonna use the bird to like get in there. Kira, you've created the biggest security risk, or brought the biggest security risk ever. A freaking bird. A mechanical bird. Oh no, this is not good. If they interact, it's gonna be bad. Kira better report them. You can't seriously be telling me that they're gonna interact. Okay, the next episode is called Turning Point, so something crazy is gonna happen. But they're gonna have to fight. Because there's no way that Kira's just gonna be like, oh yeah, let them go. Because I ran into Athron. But also, like, Athron really, like, gonna go up to Kira and be like, hey, I'm here. Report him immediately, dude. How are they not realizing what's going on here? No, this ain't good, dude. How do they not know who it is? What? What are you talking about? Stop pretending. I mean, I know they may be putting on airs for the others, but what the heck, dude? Kira, okay, now you can definitely be like, if people die because of you, because like they attack, then it is your fault. I'm sorry. You definitely should have been able to protect everyone at this point. Alright guys, that was quite an episode. It was nice to watch something, like, it's been a bit since I've like felt like a good episode. Like, you know, it's got its problems, but that one I did enjoy. Mostly the moments with Flay. Kira's decision making, you know, is like, I still think it's good. It's showing a little bit more robust in his character, and it was just kind of weird, like he just broke up with her over that, but I get like what's going on. I hope eventually he comes to terms with some of his emotions and kind of starts realizing like the things people are telling him, because he's obviously really struggling with that, and he needs to mature a little bit. But I enjoyed that. I hope you guys did too. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, do all that cool stuff. Leave a comment down below. As you know, I always enjoy reading your guys' comments. And, you know, make sure to check me out on Patreon, because you have all the uncut content on there, as well as some other series that may eventually come to page or here on YouTube, but maybe not. I did Cyberpunk Reaction, but did not do very well, so eventually it will come back, but not gonna, I don't know how long it's gonna be. Whenever I have free time, and some other stuff like Ruby and reacting to Arcane too. Did the whole first season rewatch, and season 2 is gonna be on there as well, which may eventually come to YouTube. I don't know, depends. Anyways, thanks again, guys, for watching, and I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode. So turn on the notification bell. All right, see ya.